we may have found a problem with our MCA.
This is the Lomo MCA, a brand new full-frame 35mm point and shoot from Lomography. On paper, this camera looks incredible. It's packed with features like LiDAR autofocus, full manual and auto controls, and even a PC sync port. The question is, will the user experience and build quality justify the $549 price tag? Full disclosure before we start, we purchased this MCA with our own money. It was not provided by Lomography. However, we are an official Lomo distributor. Keep that context in mind as you watch. My goodness, it's here. It's Christmas Day. So, who cares? What I do appreciate about Lomo is that their packaging is always really nice. Oh, that box is on hinges. It's like a book. Get your life back, live analog, exclamation point. Looks like you have the camera here, which we'll open in just a second. I don't know what this is. Usually Lomo's boxing or cameras come with like a little photo book sometimes. You can assume that all these photos were taken on this camera. Kind of shows off their film stocks too. Set that aside. Okay, on the box, it kind of has all of like the accessories labeled for you. It has the lens filters, the manual card, color flash filters. Let's just kind of get cracking. Let's open up the lens filter. It's taped like one. Come on, done. Here we go. Nice, just looks like a plain UV filter, great. Color gel flash filters, those are always fun. Pretty awesome. Okay, the little Lomography CR2 battery that is USB-C chargeable. Yeah, so Lomography is not quoting, but says this battery at full charge is good up to about 10 rolls. Hopefully we can put that up to the test. Ah, the splitter. This is the filter I was looking for. Okay, never actually used one of these, but I kind of love that Lomo always has like a little weird accessory to go along with their cameras. Just making a mess. Oh, little lens cap, cool. It's really small. It's gonna be pretty easy to lose. I love that. And the leather strap. This actually feels really nice. Okay, and the best for last, let's open up the camera. Comes in this like soft, kind of like, what do you call this? Felt? I don't know. Oh, nice, okay. There's not like Velcro, but it is like sticky. Very satisfying. Okay, and then here is the camera. First impressions of the build quality. Oh my gosh, this feels really nice. Has Lomo MCA on the front. Has Lomography's logo right above this. Is it LCD? It's not LCD. Some sort of screen. We'll fact check me in a second. And then there's a little quote on the top. It says, "Everybody is equal before the lens and behind it," which is cute. I don't know. I could probably go without it. You know, we've had some cameras roll through, some newer cameras, like, you know, the Pentax 17 and, you know, the Roll A35. This is definitely way more substantial, at least the build quality. I think this feels nice. It looks nice, has automated features. This is pretty great. I can't wait to go shoot it.
This feels good, dude. I had a Nikon 35 Ti. I spent $600 on it. And then on the 4th of July, I dropped it in water. If I were to spend money on another expensive point shoot, I'd rather just get this.
Oh, it's so tiny. Smaller than I expected. I think a street photographer would love this camera.
I do like the writing on it. I feel like it adds character, and it's very true. Everybody is equal before the lens and behind it.
This doesn't feel like the LCA or the Lomo White. Like those felt really plasticky. This feels really like premium. Dude, first impressions, this looks dope. This looks hella cool.
This backdrop is so heavy. How about that? Let's do that right there. Hey.
Hi.
I would like to have some film
What
for
kind of
this.
film are you looking for?
I don't know. Whatever you'd recommend.
I think I'd recommend some Lomo 400.
Lomography 400. Available at the Fine Lab. Okay. Let's do this. What do you mean when you want to see us? Okay. See if that does something. Ah. So this has happened before. It's kind of like binding for some reason. So it's telling me to wind the film, but then I cannot, I hit a wall. Let's try this again. I've loaded a camera before, just to let you know, guys, you know? Okay. Ah, now it's working. The trick was, I don't know, just load it. When loading the MCA, make sure you have a fresh battery installed. The camera won't load without power. Try not to leave too much slack with the film. We think that's where we're running into problems, but the issue has been hard for us to replicate. If it jams, open the back, try again, see if it works. This is annoying. It's not a problem we've seen on any other camera, but it feels like once you've got the hang of it, it won't be a long-term issue. The camera features a DX code reader that automatically sets the ISO every time you load a roll. To rate your film differently, use the ISO button to toggle through the settings, which range from 12 to 3200 ISO. Well, we already have Nick looking like a G right there. Why don't we just snap a couple photos of him? The camera is completely on auto. I'm just gonna see how the camera does its thing. 3, 2, 1. Do one of these. There you go, perfect. Let's get up. For exposure control, there's both auto and manual modes. You get f-stops from 2.8 to f16 and shutter speeds from 500 to 1 second plus bulb. Set the aperture and shutter speed yourself, or set the aperture dial to P and shutter speed dial to A to have the camera choose those settings automatically. Why don't we drop to like one knee, just kind of like this. Okay, dope. Shooting a little vertical. Oh, card's gonna kill me. One thing to note is that at 500th of a second, the widest aperture you can use is f4. To shoot at f2.8, you have to lower your shutter speed to 2/50th or slower. The top LCD will tell you if you're over or underexposed, but we would love if this information was inside the viewfinder. Okay, look up at me. Let's bring out the chains. Who bought you this chain?
My girlfriend.
Shout out to Elvia. That's fun. The MCA has a wide-angle 32mm f2.8 Minotaur 2 lens. It's named after the Minotaur 1 that was found in the Lomo LCA. The lens is sharp, but we do see heavy vignetting in our images. We like that the lens has some character, but it's something to keep in mind. The camera's power switch lets you select between the auto and manual focus modes. The manual focus mode has 5 ranges from 0.4 meters to infinity. The autofocus uses LiDAR and seems to be fast and accurate. The blue light in the viewfinder means the camera has found focus and it will blink if it didn't. An orange light in the viewfinder means your shutter speed will be under 30th of a second. The focus distance is displayed on the LCD. So to check focus, you'll need to focus, look at the top of the camera, and then bring it back to your eye. Another thing to note is LiDAR can reflect off glass. So if you're shooting through a window, you'll want to use the manual focus mode. That's so gangster, dude. Just like get really low. Let's get like weird with it.
Okay, don't make me laugh.
Let's go. Okay. And then can I have both of you just like this and then like do one of these? We're noticing some spacing issues with our MCA. The gaps between frames are pretty inconsistent. We're seeing everything from overlapping shots to some fairly wide gaps between frames. 3, 2, 1. Hello? An issue we ran into is the camera binding up mid-roll, which happens if you try to wind the film before the shutter operation has fully completed. If this happens, put the lens cap on, set a manual aperture between 2.8 and f16, press the MX button, and then fire the shutter. This should unlock the lever. This isn't a deal breaker for us, but would have been nice if this was addressed in the camera design instead of depending on the user to troubleshoot. You guys are looking like you're taking a dump like this.
That's the point.
Wait.
That's the point.
But just do one leg. Do one leg like this, yeah. There you go. You guys don't look like you're taking a dump right now. All right, cool.
It's the Asian squat.
Here, wait. Keep going, keep going.
Looking at your
Just away, just away. Perfect. The camera has both a built-in flash and PC sync port if you want to connect an external flash. The on-camera flash isn't the brightest and seems to have a single power output, similar to what you would see on a disposable camera. There are 4 flash modes: flash off, flash on, L1, and L2. In flash on, the flash fires with every exposure and the shutter speed is limited to no longer than 1/30th of a second to keep things sharp. There's no true auto mode, where the camera decides whether to flash based on lighting, which could have been nice to have. The L1 and L2 modes are designed for low light and have no limit to the length of the shutter speed. L1 uses front curtain sync, where the flash fires the instant the shutter opens. L2 is rear curtain sync, which fires the flash right before the shutter closes. This is great for long exposures with movement, as it creates a natural looking motion trail that follows behind your subject. Let's have glasses like real low, like real. We're rewinding it. Oh gosh. Doesn't feel bad. It sounds terrible. I do kind of appreciate how long this like rewind little guy is. I feel like sometimes it's like so small and you're like. One thing worth noting is that the MCA uses a 2-blade diamond-shaped aperture. On our camera at f4, the blades only engage on the top and bottom right side. As you stop down, the aperture doesn't stay perfectly centered. We're not sure if this is unique to our unit or simply a cost-saving effort to make a 2-blade aperture work.
Yeah, man. I spent about 4 days shooting this camera. I went out to DC. I had a couple issues loading the camera. After a couple times, you should get pretty used to it. The really great thing, that's I guess the opposite end of that, is because it only allows you to go a little bit further, you're pulling out like 39, 40 photos out of a roll of film. There wasn't a roll that I got less than 38. I've owned a Lomo MCA, and this is again the MCA. That camera was really good when you'd shoot it in A in low light situations. So I kind of wanted to try that out to test this, but I kind of leaned heavy on the fact that it had all this flash. But this flash should be treated as if you were shooting like a one-time use camera flash. If your subject is further than 5 feet, it's not really going to be doing much. So the only thing that makes me a little nervous about this camera is how much this little lens moves. It's not very solid. It's moving in there. Like you're gonna be turning this a lot, right? It obviously hasn't affected any of my photos, but it feels a little loose. I will say when you wind on the bottom here, even if you wound the film correctly, it makes a lot of noises that I'm not used to. It sounds like you're ripping the film, but you're not. Other than that, I love the feel of it. It feels really professional. I like this camera. I like it a lot. I shot 10 rolls.
Okay, so we may have found a problem with our MCA. To explain, we need to go a little into how cameras work. There are 2 main types of camera shutters in film cameras: leaf and focal plane. A focal plane shutter uses a curtain that travels across the frame to control exposure. This creates a limit called a sync speed. If you shoot faster than the sync speed with flash, the shutter won't be fully open when the flash fires, leaving a blank bar on your image where the curtain was blocking the frame. The MCA, however, has a leaf shutter. The beauty of a leaf shutter is that it typically syncs with a flash at any speed. When we got our roll back, there was an image of Nick where the on-camera flash fired, but we're not seeing the flash in our photo. This is a problem. To investigate, we shot a test bracketing shutter speeds from 500th to 60th of a second at f4, testing both on-camera and off-camera flash across all 3 flash modes. If frames came back blank, it could signal a serious problem with our MCA, and potentially the MCA in general. Just so we know, available light that's falling on Nick right now, our light meter is not even really picking it up. It's giving us an error message. Light falling on the back, I'm getting 60th at f4. I have Nick holding up the light meter to his nose, right there.
F4.
F4, okay. 1, 2, 3. F4 at 2/50th of a second. Now we're gonna do F4 at 1/25th.
Now we're gonna do f4 at a 60th of a second. Okay, so that was just on the first flash mode. Now we are going to go to flash mode L1. 2, 3. Flash L2. We're going to hook up an off-camera flash now. Pop this flash on Nick's face. Getting 500 of that f4 from this light. I'm pretty sure this is at like an 1/8 power right now. 3, 2, 1. Just getting our scans back from our flash sync test. Beautiful pictures of Nick. Yeah, conclusion from these photos is that it doesn't seem like this is like a true reliable leaf shutter camera. Leaf shutter, you should be able to sync from 500 of the second to all the way down to bulb. It's kind of a bummer.
In conclusion, we love that Lomo took on the challenge of releasing a camera like this. We like the design, it feels good in the hand, and we enjoyed using the camera. The layout is well thought out, and it gives you a ton of control while being intuitive to use. We had good luck with the autofocus, and for the most part, our auto exposures were solid. That being said, our MCA gave us some problems. There's the aperture question we explained earlier. The camera can bind when loading or shooting, and the frame spacing was a little inconsistent. Then there's the flash sync issue. Since leaf shutters usually sync at every speed, we're not sure if this is the expected behavior from the MCA or if our specific camera is just a dud. We emailed Lomography asking about this and our aperture question. They replied the next day saying they would ask their technical team about the flash sync and ask for photos of the aperture, which we sent. After a couple days, we sent a follow-up email, but as of filming this, it's been a full week since we've heard from Lomography. If they reply, we'll update the caption of this video with the response. If the sync speed is a constraint, we'd like to see it addressed in the manual and indicated on the dial. It's also frustrating that a camera with an auto mode isn't smart enough to cap the shutter to a speed that works with flash when the flash is on. On paper, the MCA is a solid deal at $549, and we really want to recommend it. Unfortunately, the problems we ran into are a lot to justify. For hobbyists or casual shooters, these problems are likely going to be frustrating and difficult to troubleshoot.
Define Lab gives the Lomography MCA an overall rating of 5 film canisters out of 10.
Leave a comment and let us know your thoughts on the MCA. And subscribe. If we end up with a replacement MCA from Lomo, we'll run our test again and post a follow-up with the results. Oh, hey.